May 27th, Tuesday, 2014, hour 2 of Fire Your MD. Now, pharmacist Ben is the only other person besides yours truly, the only other healthcare professional besides yours truly, whom I have ever heard say in public that one of the untalked about side effects of prescription medications is that they further deplete your nutritional resources, which is a big bad voodoo daddy, because remember, the vast majority, if not all, of chronic diseases have their roots in nutritional deficiencies, and so therefore when you take a pharmaceutical drug to manage your disease state, because remember, MDs don't cure things, they manage the situation. They don't cure things, they manage the situation. When you get on board with a drug to manage your illness, it further increases the root cause of the illness, which was nutrient deficiencies. Now, who is that good for? That's good for the pharmaceutical industry. Case in point, thyroxine, or levothyroxine, Synthroid, right? Synthroid is a synthetic form of a thyroid hormone. It's called thyroid hormone 4, T4. The body loves T4. It also loves T3. It loves T3 4 times more than it loves T4. And T4 converts to T3 in the presence of selenium. So when your medical doctor prescribes Synthroid to you, he's giving you a synthetic form of T4. But your body prefers T3. So why wouldn't they give you T3? Well, because if they did that, you would need less of the drug. And why don't they put selenium in with the T4, in with the Synthroid? Because in order for the body to convert Synthroid T4 into T3, it needs selenium. So by a simple addition of selenomethionine or some type of selenium into the levothyroxine, it would be much more effective, would work much more efficiently, and you would therefore need to use less of the drug, and you'd get a better response from it, and that's why they don't do it. Because remember, the pharmaceutical industry is not here to keep you healthy. The pharmaceutical industry is here to keep you sick, and if you don't believe that, you have your head in the sand. Let's go to Teresa in Kentucky and see what's shaking out there. Hey, Teresa, thanks for waiting. You are live.
Oh, thanks, Dr. Glidden. I'm calling. I've got questions about, maybe you can help me with my husband. He has heart disease with a defibrillator, CHF, diabetes, arthritis, bone-on-bone in his hands, stomach pains, and he's tried the BTT and OsteoFX for 2 days, had terrible stomach pain with it. And then he remembered that he had the same problem when he tried glucosamine in the past. So I just thought the expert.
Yeah, so you need help. He needs help. List me the illnesses just for the listening audience, please. Again, tell me. First of all, how old is he?
He is now 61.
All right, 61 years old in this case.
Yes.
He has type 2 diabetes. He has arthritis. He has congestive heart failure. He has a pacemaker.
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
Yeah.
Great. Now, what else does he have? Does he have stomach ulcers or celiac disease or irritable bowel?
He doesn't have any diagnosis of those, but plenty of digestive problems.
Yeah. And so while he's been giving his hard-earned money every month in the form of medical insurance premiums to the medical industry, his health has gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's on oxygen at night because he... CPAP.
Now, all right, so...
No.
Yeah, all right. He's on a CPAP machine, too? Okay.
No CPAP. No CPAP. Just oxygen.
Oxygen. All right. Okay. Well, so now how does he feel about all of this stuff? I'd really like to know what his perspective on all of this stuff is.
I think he's just...
Yeah, I lost your signal there. I'm sorry. We have a bad connection, Teresa. Bring that to me once more.
He is tired of feeling really bad. Yeah. He's tired of being run down and having energy one day and then not being able to do anything.
Yeah, and has he connected the dots? I mean, has he connected the dots that the MDs just aren't able to help him here? I mean, has he made that intellectual leap yet? Come on in, Teresa. Teresa, we have a really bad connection here.
Well, I'm sorry. I said, yes, I believe he has. He knows he's getting worse instead of better.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
throwing money at this.
Yeah, right. What's his current body weight?
Depends on fluid, 178 to 185.
Yeah, okay. All right. So now we talk about this all of the time, and if you really wanted to get kind of an in-depth inside scoop on this, and this time the pun is intended, you could go to my website, drglidden.com, click on the link to become an insider. As an insider on my website, it's $20 a month. You can cancel at any time, and you have immediate access to hours, 100-plus hours of webinars that I've done on different health topics. And maximizing the absorption of supplements would be a very good webinar for him to watch. I've also done a webinar on heart health. I've done a webinar on joint health. But really, the fundamental thing here is that it's not the Beyond Tangy Tangerine that's causing the problem. If it were, everybody who took it would have the same problem. The problem is not the nutritional supplement. It's his digestive tract's ability to absorb the nutritional supplement, right? It's kind of like if you squeeze lemon juice into your left hand, it wouldn't cause any problem at all. But if you squeeze lemon juice into your right hand and there was a cut on that hand, it would sting like a son of a gun. So when we swallow nutritional supplements and they work their way through an intestinal tract that's been funkified and compromised and made unhealthy over the years, it creates all manner of problems. And actually, honestly, from a clinical point of view, anybody that has a negative reaction to the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is a diagnostic indicator that they have some type of inflammatory condition going on in their intestinal tract. It just hasn't gotten bad enough for the knuckle-headed MDs to diagnose it yet. So given this reaction, right, the recommendation that becomes mandatory for your husband, given this reaction, he has to do this or the program won't work. And he has to do this or the program won't work. He must immediately eliminate all 10 bad foods. He has to do it. He has to stop eating wheat, barley, rye, and oats, and oil in a bottle, and fried food, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you can get that list for free on my website, okay?
Right, I've got that.
Okay, so, because, right, and this is why I think if you became an insider, even just for 1 month, and watched the webinar that I did on this, it would help you and him to understand the reason why he needs to stop eating these things. And you know, that's a lot better, right, when you understand why you're doing it, rather than just doing it because the doctor told you to do it. And in this case, a doctor that he's never even seen face to face. So, right? So, but in any event, from our point of view, it's the consistent consumption of these foods over time which have contributed to messing up his digestive tract. And so, no matter how good the supplement that he's taking is, he has to stop eating the food that's gumming up the works. Otherwise, it's going to be 3 steps forward with the supplements and 2.5 steps backward with the food, and he's not going to get anywhere, as has been evidenced by his current reaction. So here's what I would do as an experiment for, a couple days at a time. All right, we have to. Number one, he has to stop eating those foods. And once he's stopped eating those foods over the course of maybe 2 or 3 or 4 months, he should be able to, at that time, reintroduce the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the glucogel into his system, and they won't hurt him because, right, when the paper cut on the hand heals, you can put lemon juice on the hands, no problem. So when the guts heal themselves because you're not hurting them 5 times a day with the food that you eat, their tolerance for a super concentrated nutritional supplement goes up and up and up. But in the meantime, we have to give his body nutrition because he needs it. And we just have to mess around with a couple of different strategies to figure out a nutritional program that he can actually handle without it upsetting the apple cart while we're waiting for the digestive tract to fix itself. Does that make sense, right? Okay, so here's the recommendation. Here's what I would start with. So I would continue to give him the essential fatty acids, and at this body weight, I would give him 12 a day. I'd give him 4 EFA plus with breakfast, 4 EFA plus with lunch, and 4 EFA plus with dinner. I'd also give him 12 selenium a day in the same schedule, 4, 4, and 4. 4 capsules of selenium 3 times a day. Okay. I would give him 2 of the ultimate daily capsules 3 times a day, 6 a day. So 2 with breakfast, 2 with lunch, 2 with dinner. So that's 4 EFAs, 4 selenium, 2 ultimate dailies with breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? To that program, I would add, has he had any negative reaction to the liquid calcium? Are you aware of any negative reaction to the liquid calcium, Teresa?
Not that I know of, but we haven't tried the liquid calcium.
All right, great. So Beyond OsteoFX, have him do 1 ounce in the morning. He'll need 2 bottles a month. 1 ounce in the morning, 1 ounce in the evening of the Beyond OsteoFX. 1 ounce in the morning and 1 ounce in the evening immediately before bed. And last but not least, Mackie Plus. M like Mary, A, Q like Queen, UI, Mackie Plus. 1 ounce 3 times a day. But he should only need to do that for 4 weeks. 1 ounce 3 times a day for 4 weeks. That will go a long way towards helping his digestive tract get back on track. And then 2 months from now, you can add the glucogel and the Beyond Tangy and see how his body responds to it. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here. The caller from Kentucky could also add root beer belly. 2 packets of root beer belly a day. 2 packets of root beer belly a day for a couple of months. That would also go a long way towards supporting and promoting the healthy structure and function of the digestive tract. And, you know, we have to get the digestive tract straightened out first so that the body is able to handle the introduction of the nutritional supplements. And don't worry, while we're doing that, because everything's connected, we're going to be helping the bones, we're going to be helping the joints, we're going to be helping everything because everything's connected. And this is one of the beauties of the holistic method that the pinhead MDs, and I'm choosing my words carefully, completely overlook. Virginia is up next. I guess we're on the East Coast for a little while. Let's talk to Carolyn and see what's going on with her. Hey, Carolyn,
Hi,
you are live.
Hello, Doctor. How are you?
I'm
so glad
great.
to talk to you today.
Thanks.
I need help. I need help. I'm calling because I've been suffering with pain on my left side and on my left leg. The pain wakes me up at night. It's very difficult when I move certain ways. I had, years ago, I was diagnosed with spinal stenosis in my back, and before I could go and get a formalized diagnosis, the pain went away, so I didn't bother with it because I like doctors. I never had like doctors.
I like you very much already, Carolyn.
So I grew up taking my mother back and forth to the doctors, and I saw they never did anything for her, but she got worse. So I decided they really don't know what they're doing.
Not when it comes to chronic disease, you're right.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we found about longevity about a year ago, and I heard Dr. Wallach. We heard him give one of his famous speeches and talks, and I actually got a chance to talk with him at the end, and he put me on, because my left leg was swollen from cellulitis. I had that about 10 years ago. They dealt with the infection. They kept asking me, had I been bitten by a spider or been outside? I told them, no, I don't ever go outside. So all they dealt with was the infection. They said it was infection underneath the top layer of my skin, but they didn't deal with how swollen my leg was. all they did was gave me prescribed some support hose, but I couldn't even fit the support hose over my leg.
Yeah.
So my leg has been deformed for some years now. The back of my leg bulges out. And just a month, I started getting pain in the top part of my leg, deep down pain. I mean, the pain would wake me up by the hip joint and would wake me up at night. And now I have my left arm, my hand is numb and got pins and needles sticking in it. Could feel like it. And now the pain is starting to happen in my legs. So my whole left side is painful.
Okay, now, all right, so have you been taking longevity stuff already?
I've been taking, I started that, when I first started, Dr. Wallach recommended the glucose gel tablets, daily, ultimate daily, and ultimate daily, and de-stress, because I was having some burning sensations up around my shoulder. He said that was heart problem. So I've been taking, and I'm telling you, that fluid, something else, I'm full of fluid. I start feeling myself, I'm a big girl, and I start feeling myself filled with fluid back in the 80s. I kept saying, I feel like I'm full with fluid, but the doctors didn't think anything of it. So he said that that fluid would come right off. So it did, the fluid did come off, the pain stopped. Because of the spinal stenosis, I had pain in my back going down over my buttocks, down my back legs, and I couldn't hardly walk straighten up. And so I was taking that for a while, but then I had financial problems dealing with my mother. I had to bring my mother in my home and start taking care of her, so I stopped taking care of myself. And now I took care of my mother for several years, and I had to end up putting her in the nursing home. So now I've gotten to the point where I just have to do something because now I can hardly walk. The pain is so bad, it's hard for me to bend over. Now the pain is waking me up in the middle of the night. I have problems finding, ways to sleep.
Well, I'm sorry. All right, I'm so glad that you called. Coming up against the commercial break here in just a second. Before we do, Carolyn, what's your body weight?
It's 300 plus. I don't know exactly.
And how much can you afford to spend a month? How much can you afford to spend a month?
I'll tell you this much. I'm on Social Security check because my husband has a Social Security check. But we are members of the longevity, and we're working the business. We just,
all right. All right. Well, look, we've all been there. I mean, I've been there. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. That's life,
yes.
Especially in this crazy economy. You stick with me. I'll tell you what to do. I'm so glad that you called.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Glidden here, your steadfast naturopath, talking to Carolyn, Virginia, about a number of issues. Carolyn, are you still with me?
Yes, I am.
All right, so first things first, you have to stop eating the 10 bad foods, okay?
Yes.
And you know what those are, right?
Yes, Sure
okay.
do.
So here's what I would do. I would start salting your food so that it tastes good. Start using table salt with iodine in it so that your food tastes good, right? Don't be afraid of salt. You need salt to have a healthy digestive tract and to have healthy everything, quite frankly.
Doctor, speaking of that, that's something else I've been having problems with. It hurts when I swallow now. My esophagus, it burns, it hurts.
Yeah, that's because you don't have enough salt and you don't have enough calcium in your body. That's going to go away in a couple of weeks if you follow my advice. And if you continue to eat the food that's bad for you, that condition's going to get worse and you're not going to be happy. So you have to eliminate all 10 of the bad foods. Start salting your food so that it tastes good, number one. Number two, before you eat anything, 5, 10, 15 minutes before you eat a meal, I want you to squeeze a half of a lemon into about an ounce or two of warm water, lukewarm water. You can make it a little hotter than lukewarm, and drink it down. A little bit of lemon juice into some warm water immediately before you eat anything. That will help your stomach to produce the appropriate amounts of stomach acid. It will help your digestive process to move along. For the first 3 months, I would like to see you take every day 3 ounces of Beyond Osteo. Well, you know what? The Cal Toddy would be better for you. 3 ounces of the Cal Toddy. That's CALT like Thomas ODDY. 3 of the Cal Toddy. You're gonna need 3 Cal Toddy a month.
Okay.
So that's 1 ounce in the morning, 1 ounce in the afternoon, and 1 ounce immediately before bed. I want you to take that between meals. I don't want you to take that with food. I want you to take that between meals, with the last dose being immediately before bed. And if you can tolerate it, if you don't mind the taste, and if your stomach's okay with it, each time you take that, mix it with a little bit of orange juice, or pineapple juice, or orange pineapple juice, or something like that. A little bit of orange juice, 1 ounce 3 times a day of the Cal Toddy. I'd like you to do right now 1 bottle of the EFA at the 180 count a month. 1 bottle of the EFA at the 180 count a month.
Okay.
And that's going to be 6 a day. 2 with breakfast,
Right.
2 with lunch, 2 with dinner. 2 with breakfast, 2 with lunch, 2 with dinner.
All right.
I'd like you to do 1 bottle of selenium a day.
Okay.
I want you to take 3 capsules between meals, and I don't care how you do that. You can do 3 all at once. You can do 1, 1, and 1, or 2 and 1, but I want you also to do that one between meals, and you can take that with the liquid calcium if you want.
Okay.
That's all I want you to do, because you're on a limited budget. In the meanwhile, and that's going to make you feel better. It's going to really help you to get better. It's going to go a long way towards helping your bones and your joints and your stomach acid, and the selenium is going to help everything. The essential fatty acids are going to help everything, including your heart. And this is a good program for someone on a limited budget to start with while you're building your longevity business. And listen, Carolyn.
Yes, sir.
There are lots of people in longevity who are multi-million-dollar earners with longevity. And they're poorer than church mice when they started. I mean, no kidding.
Wow.
No kidding.
Wow.
I mean, I am not exaggerating. They didn't have 2 pennies to rub together when they started longevity, but they did it. So you want to find somebody in your upline.
Yes.
Somebody in your upline who is an active and strong business builder. You want to call them up, introduce yourself if they don't already know you, and say, look, I need to make money at this. I want you to show me how to do it.
Okay.
Lean on your upline for support. So
right.
call the company, find out who in your business, who in your network is a strong business builder, and, lean on them for support. And if you do it correctly, within a couple of months, you should be making between $500 and $1,000 a month. No kidding.
Wow.
And that's gonna beat a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. But look, there's a way to do this business effectively, and there's a way to do this business ineffectively.
Yes.
There's a way to show this to people that makes them run away from you, and there's a way to show this to people that attracts them to you.
Yes.
On my website, if you'd like to, it's a subscription. You could buy a subscription to my online service. It's called a Dr. Glidden Insider. It's $20 a month. And in addition to health information that you can use to help build your business, there's business information there, business training. You can watch the business training videos that my team have put together, and they'll walk you through step by step by step things that you can do to increase your effectiveness with the longevity business. It's only $20 a month. You can cancel at any time. And that information is found at drglidden.com. Click on the Insider button. God bless you and good luck, Carolyn. Call me back with a report. I'll look forward to it very much. Louisiana is up next. Celeste. Hey, Celeste, thanks for calling. You are live.
Hey, Dr. Glidden. I talked to you last week about the eggs that was making me tired and sad and all that, and I stopped them. I haven't had any since. I'm sad again, and I don't know why. I did, like you said, took my blood sugar, and it got like 97, and you said take it when I start feeling like the little funky feeling. So it went, one time it was 97, then it was 110. The highest it got was 110. and my legs are still like when I sit and then I stand, the stiffness, and I'm real tired of that.
Okay, so you were feeling funky and blue and unmotivated and sad. I told you, in addition to the nutritional stuff, to give eliminating eggs a try. And when you eliminated the eggs, what happened to your mood?
It was better. I wasn't sad. I didn't have the crying spirit and all of that. I even had a little energy.
How much better
and
was
now, it was a whole lot better, like day and night better.
All right, so like 90% better?
Yes.
Okay.
And it just comes and goes now.
All right, so, but before it was constant?
Yes, it was like depression.
Yeah, it's like a cloud following you around all day, right?
Yeah, yes.
All right, but now the cloud is only with you every once in a while?
Yeah, I only had 2 episodes today, and that was one a few minutes ago. But
okay, and how long do they last?
About maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, and when you're feeling blue again, are you feeling as depressed as you were a couple of weeks ago, or is it more or less?
No, it's less.
All right.
It's like a stress feeling now, like I'm under a lot of stress.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, so you need B like baby vitamins, B vitamins, B like baby vitamins, B vitamins.
Okay.
To add to your program. Now, the longevity product that has that is called De-Stress. Like Detoxify, and I think it's a bad name. I don't, because people think it's a D vitamin, D like David, but whatever. But the longevity product that's high in vitamin B like baby is called De-Stress. So I'd get a bottle of the De-Stress. I'd take 6 a day.
I ordered selenium.
Well, you need selenium too. I mean, in the meantime, you can just go to the health food store and get a bottle of B complex vitamins. And then let me tell you how to do that, right?
Okay.
When you're shopping for stuff outside of longevity, and because for whatever reason, and there's, maybe 10% of the time you'll need to do this, either because you have to have something today, you can't wait 5 days for it to ship to you, or it's just something that longevity doesn't have yet, and you need it. When you're shopping for stuff over the counter, you want to look to see a circular stamp on the label of whatever you're buying in nutritional supplement land. And the circular stamp will have the letters G like Godfrey, M like Mary, P like Peter, GMP. It'll be a little stamp about the size of a nickel right on the bottle. It says GMP. So if you're looking at 5 different types of B complex vitamins, right, 5 different companies, and one of them has a GMP stamp on the label, that's the one you want to buy.
Okay.
All right, so you want to find an over-the-counter GMP B complex, and regardless of what it tells you on the label, I want you to take 9 a day.
9 a day.
Yeah.
Okay, and the De-Stress, how many would I do?
6 a day.
6, okay.
Yep, okay. But that's what you need. I mean, life is a great big bowl of stress. I mean, it is, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's emotional, sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's weather, sometimes it's bugs and germs. Yeah, sometimes it's all of it, right? Yeah.
Right.
So when your body is under a lot of stress, regardless of the nature of the stress, especially if it's an emotional stress, you burn through your B vitamins rapidly. And when you're deficient in B vitamins, that's how you're going to feel. Now, it's interesting, right? Because ostensibly, the reason that this comes and goes for you now is because your body, you'll take the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and there's B vitamins in it. But your body burns through them. And then there's a moment in time before your next dose when your body's out of B vitamins, but the stress is still there, and you're going to feel it. It's kind of like if you were walking around outside in wintertime, it's 5 degrees below zero, and, you go for a 1 hour walk around the block. If every 20 minutes you took your hat off and your gloves off, well, your head and your hands would get really cold. right? Because the stress is still there, but the protection is not. And so when your body burns through the vitamins, that you feel funky. So I would load up on B vitamins, and I'm pretty sure that's going to take care of it.
And how much of the selenium should I do when it comes?
Well, what's your current body weight?
320.
Okay, I would do 12 a day if you can afford it. If you can't do that, so that's 4 bottles a month. If you can't, and that's the maximum dose, no matter what your weight is, 12 a day. If you can't do that, do 9 a day. If you can't do that, do 6 a day. The minimum for you would be 3 a day, and that's the minimum for everybody is 3 of the selenium a day. I would rather see you do 12, but you do whatever you can do, and bump your longevity business up a notch or two in order to defray the financial cost. And I'm telling you, all that anybody has to do to be successful with longevity is tell the truth and point. Tell the truth and point. And we have step-by-step instructions available for subscribers to my website for Dr. Glidden Insiders to tell you exactly how to do this. It doesn't matter whose downline you're in. You can become a subscriber, become a Dr. Glidden Insider, take advantage of the business training, add it to whatever you're doing now, and increase your net worth. And holy smokes, that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Give it a try, Celeste, and give me a call back. I always like to hear from you. Thanks for being with me today, folks. Utah is up next with Lee. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. Stick around. Hope you enjoyed the program today, ladies and gentlemen. The first hour with Ben Fuchs was fun for me. I hope you learned something. It's always important, I think, to hear the same message from another person because it just reinforces the fact that, what we're talking about is the real deal here. And it is. And let's go to Lee in Utah and see what's going on. Hey, Lee, thanks for the call. You are live.
Good afternoon. I had an interesting visit yesterday with a non-believing nephew who has ringing in his ears, start this today on both ears, and the doctors have said that it's just what happens when you get older, and he's just 42 years old. He has a neighbor across the street that has macular degeneration, and he wanted to know what Dr. Wallach had given those 27 people to regenerate their eyesight, and I can't find anybody that has that list of products. And I have a client that just signed up who's on dialysis and is in the ER today, wanted to be online with you today to ask you what they should do.
Well, I appreciate the call, Lee, and I have an easy solution for all of this. I'll tell you what Wallach recommends to support and promote eye health. It's relatively easy. But for the other stuff, are you an insider? Are you a subscriber to my online stuff yet?
I am.
All right, great. So just go into the archives and find the webinar that I did on eye health. Find the webinar that I did for ringing in the ears. And find the webinar that I did on kidney health. And, I don't know if many of my insiders are aware of this, and I think we need to do a better job at explaining this. I've just transformed my website. We've gotten on board with a different server, and the whole look and the feel of the web are going to be much easier and more user-friendly shortly. But as a subscriber, you can go into the archives and you can find, the webinar that I did on eye health, and you can send the link to that webinar to anybody that you want to, and they don't have to pay for it. And because you're a subscriber, you can do that, and it doesn't, there's no extra charge for that. So you can send the webinars that I've done that you have access to as a subscriber to anybody in your world as an enrollment tool, because, people always feel better, number one, when they hear it from the expert, right, not their next door neighbor, and number two, when they see it explained to them in a way that just makes sense. And I love people in the western part of this country. I love people in the western part of the country because they're real down to earth, and if you explain something to somebody in Utah and they understand it, they're going to do it. And it's not like that in New England. It's not. People in New England will fight you and question you and have their own ideas, and it's funny. It's a funny thing. And I grew up in New England. It's a curious phenomenon. So that's what I would do for the dialysis person and for the ringing in the ears person. I've done really good webinars on both of those subjects, and it lines everything up right there. Now, I'll tell you what Dr. Wallach recommends for macular degeneration in order to support and promote eye health. It's 1 anti-aging healthy start pack, 1 anti-aging healthy start pack, 2 selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 anti-aging healthy start pack, 2 selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and 1 bottle of Ultimate Daily capsules. Now, the only other thing to do there is to increase consumption of antioxidants, right? And you're going to get a lot of antioxidants with the anti-aging healthy start pack, especially if you do the 2.0 version. But Triple Treat chocolate has 17,000 ORAC antioxidant points in each piece of chocolate, and it's chocolate, right? The goal to support and promote eye health is 50 to 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. So you got to figure out how many you're going to get from the anti-aging healthy start pack, and then make up the difference with whatever else you want inside or outside of longevity. Green tea, for instance, is loaded with antioxidants. Blueberries, right? Walnuts, cinnamon, curry. There's a lot of ways you can get antioxidants. And if you want to just make it easy, have 4 or 5 pieces of Triple Treat chocolate a day, in addition to the anti-aging pack and the selenium, and life is good. Remember, Lee, everybody stops the 10 bad foods. Thanks, folks. God willing and the creek don't rise. See you tonight in my live chat for Insiders Only.